Is religion the answer, seeing God, cherry picking the right way? I don't see anything wrong with religion. I see that it has tremendous, tremendous benefits when it comes to getting people on a path that is less, or that is more desirable than than the one that they've lived. Religion is really good because it does have a lot of truths. They say myths. There's some truths in myths, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case, right? Some truths in all myths or whatever. Which is true. They know it to be a myth. They know it to be a story or an allegory. They know it to be something, but they know it to be you and very much real. You have to know how, the reference, where they came from. If you know where they came from and how it started, you would then know where it's going and where they're choosing to take it. The issue is not the starting point. The issue is knowing whose starting point. Everybody has an idea of the beginning, so a so-called beginning. But as we learn, shout out Dolo, that there's not really a beginning. There is and what has always been. And so we know that there's a starting point. We know that there's going to be an end point, which again I've said before, with the 3D thing, we know that there's in here and the things that we're capable of producing and have the ability of producing out of this, and we know that there's outside here work that you started, work that's able to be finished, work that's at some point going to decay. The 3D. These people have the same starting point within the 3D. Something that can clearly not last, and has not, and is not lasting. It's not standing the test of time. But like I said, from where they came from, which didn't have a starting point, that's why they made one, was the things that we actually needed to follow. Once you're able to know that, then you'll be able to decipher where these people came from. Then it'll make sense on the truth of this allegory. It'll make sense. And so you have to know that when you devote yourself to this cause, that you are in fact devoting yourself, because the body plays out the rituals, right? The witchcraft is in the mind. You play you play you play the people's game. Instead of the gains of God, you play their game in attempt to get the gains. Which keeps you refrain from the main thing, you know what I'm saying? Bars. So it's like, nobody told you to do it. Unless someone forced you into it, then. But if it's of your own accord, and this is the way you're choosing to find your path, I would just like to warn you, if you will, that you're playing someone else's game to get to God. These people are not like, you have to know that you're playing out this choice. Like I said, it's a different thing when you get put in it and you're kind of forced to do it, and then it becomes you. It's just a part of your psyche, and it's just a part of your life at that point. But when you have a choice, you have to know that you're playing a man's game. To get anywhere. Through rituals and spells played out by this. Through the witchcraft played on your mind. Because what I mean is, nobody said that you had to go through what you have to go through to get to God, to get to anything, to get anywhere. Like, who said and who made that up? Who made it up and said, if you don't do this, our God is not going to like you? If you don't carry out these, look, if you don't do it this day of the week, if you don't do this month, if you don't make it this year, if you can't figure out for this time, If you can't make it here for this day, you're done. You can't make it into the kingdom of heaven. You can't have whatever. If you do this, if you eat this one thing, if you ingest or take in this one thing, if you do this one thing, it's done. You need to live in fear. You need to be scared at all times. You need to wonder, is this too much? Is this going to be the thing that's going to take me over and not get me the points I need? Like The Good Place. I don't have all my points, so, and that's not cool. I ain't got my points. Need my points. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, you would like to have experience, but you would like to have experience points in your mind that you can, milestones in your brain. Memory is a good thing, It's good to have a solid memory of things. I know, coming from me. What was I talking about? So yeah, man, it's all about, if you really know that you're going to play this game, that you know that you're playing a game, that you know that you don't have to, like I said, nobody told you. Who said, and how do they know that if you don't do this 3 times a day, if you don't eat this or don't eat that or do this or do, how do you know who says? Now I get if you got what I'm saying? A tournament or something, and you got, what I'm saying, you trying to play a game, and that's okay, I can see this. And it's important because you don't want to, you want to be at optimal speeds and all that good stuff and everything, right? But I'm just curious, who said that if you, don't read this many scriptures and don't do this thing and don't drink your water and, read your tablets and whatever, scribe your breads and all that other stuff. Who says that's really where it ends, really. It's who says? And so for me, like I say, if I were to cherry pick, it would be knowing that there's many ways to find God, all possibilities. And I know that it's not being stuck within one. So again, if you're choosing to limit yourself and then question why, or if you're still questioning why, you're limiting your beliefs, you're limiting your possibilities, you're limiting your chances of actually developing real epiphanies. You're completely taking yourself out of every possible outcome given to you and you throw it all to the wayside for one religion, one person, one ideology, one thing, one topic, one thing. Just really think about that for a little bit. You're willing to throw away your whole life, your mentality, how you are, who you are, what you came here to do. Now, like I said, if it's just who you are, and that's just what you came here to do, I really but it's for the people that are like, dude, it's not really for anybody unless it's just for you. But my point being, what I'm getting at is like, who says? When I choose to cherry pick, if you will, it is, I know for a fact that there are many possibilities within this one thing. There's a lot of other ideas and ideals and ideologies and whatever you want to call it that are at my disposal. So my question is, what would make me limit myself to one part of God? Is my ego that big that I cannot see that there are many answers and gems and things that I can take from every single religion out there, no matter which one it is? Because it's still an answer. Like the ones that you can really take serious and all, whatever the case. But the people that say that religion is wrong, they're wrong. But the people that say religion is right, they're wrong. Religion is there for the people that need it. The issue is that they think they want it. And they only really need it for certain things. But because they think they want it to be their entire identity. And I think it's also because they're really nervous, scared, like they don't know, they don't know. What else do you do, right? And so, like I say, man, you don't have to develop your own religion. You don't have to, bring up a whole fucking cult or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, to see all of these other religions, if you will, and take them completely on as the only thing that can hold your life up. Like, if it works for you, whatever. I'm not getting on. I mean, that's my deal. I'm not getting on that it's good or bad either way. Ooh. But, yeah, I'm not going to let this go like last time. But, yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to go on either way. But I cherry pick the right way, and that's just choosing whatever I choose to see at that point in time. If it's the lesson that I need to take, that's the lesson I'm going to take. If it's what I need to do, that's what I'm going to do. It's about as simple as that. Oh, Jesus. And I'm going to go before it cuts off. Yee.